Dynamite Download.
Dynamite Download, your home for all positive coverage with all elite wrestling.
You guys, positive energy.
This reality, like, it is me. Like,
Who let this guy in here?
This is what pro wrestling's supposed to feel like.
I'm saying I have a better record than Kenny Omega and Samoa Joe, and now I'm going to have to wrestle them.
I've never seen someone able to break down, like, wrestling like he does.
I said, Mariah May, she said, who?
Because I'm so driven. And I'm so moved to like what I want to do.
Versus Brian Keith match.
it's awesome.
That's so cool. You got like these creepy ass dudes.
Oldest ride, longest line.
I was like deep diving into like cults.
My real story does connect with a lot of people.
I never say never about anything.
Back to do an interview with those guys. You know why? Because they spread positivity about AEW.
Welcome to Dynamite Download.
Good morning, afternoon, depending on where you are, and welcome to Dynamite Download's Mission Pro Control Center. I am Mind Runner, and with me is the Queen, the Miss, the number one, the Scully to my Mulder, Courtney. Miss Courtney, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's well. How are you doing, Mike?
I am trying not to mark out because we're about to talk to one of my favorite new wrestlers, not even 2 years in the business, and she's out there crushing it. And we're about to talk about not only her career, her sports background, but also a very important title for title match coming up at Mission Pro Mania. But without further ado, let's introduce our guest at this time. And here she is. The world is hers. We're just living in it. Ladies and gentlemen, Maya World. Hello, Maya.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us. The world is yours. And I just kind of looking at that promo I was putting together, I was grabbing some clips, some match clips. I couldn't decide which clips to put into that promo because there's just so many cool moments. Even though you've only had a year, a little under 2 years in the business, you're crushing it. And I gotta ask you first. I mean, how does it feel to be one of the newest stars in professional wrestling and already getting recognition, getting that gold, and possibly becoming not only the Mission Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, but also NWA Champions too? How are you feeling about? Is it too much? Is it overload? Are you too busy?
No, it's not too much. It's really exciting. Like the more I get out, the more stuff I do. Like it feels like all my hard work is paying off. So it just feels good. Sorry, I'm a little sick from Philly, but
I understand.
I know, but yeah, I've seen so many other like up and coming young wrestlers with me, and it's just so exciting to see what we're all doing. We're just the future.
Absolutely, future. And again, what a lot of people don't see when you go to like cagematch.com or you're looking up wrestlers, you don't see all of those training sessions, all that hard work. You don't see the millions and millions of bumps and chops that you take to get to those moments. But I got to say, your first official match on cagematch.com says that you defeated Holiday for I believe it was the DFW title?
Yes. But actually, cage match is a little behind. That wasn't my first match, but it's okay. It was my first charity match, and it was like so. I mean, that's that. But I had a few matches before that. I had some reps before I got that Holiday for sure.
Now, but defeating Holiday, I mean, that's like, that's like defeating Charlotte Flair or, defeating, like Becky Lynch or, like Thunder Rosa. I mean, they were tag teams. So that's right off the bat. That's a huge badge of honor to have. I love what you said too about it, and I can already tell that your perspective is what we need a lot in wrestling. Is that how do you feel about women's wrestling in general and kind of lifting everybody up in this kind of new, I would say, new class, from the standpoint of like class of 2024 kind of thing, like it's you and like Izzy Moreno, and there's a lot of young, like Callie and Tita. There's a lot of young and like late teens, early 20s that are just really getting all kinds of experience, but also really benefiting from so many learning trees out there. I mean, you've got Thunder Rosa, you've got all these others. How are you feeling about the future and the present of women's wrestling?
There's so many of us. We're all killing it out there. Like you said, Izzy, who's been known for a long time everywhere. So I'm glad she's finally wrestling, and everybody's like, taking her away from being that fan that she was, and now she's her own wrestler. She's doing amazing. And same with Callie, and Callie's facing my friend London, who's also like in that early stage. People like that, like we're all killing it. And I train with London every day, so I know what she can bring. Whenever everyone sees her, I know what she can bring to the table. So I mean, it's just young women's wrestlers right now. It's just people who you should keep an eye out on, because we're all just starting out, but we're all killing it. Everywhere I see us, we're definitely.
I gotta say, London Dior, great personality, and she might have to register those guns. I mean, she flexed a little. I saw her talking to Emily May, and she flexed a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, right. Don't let the smile fool you. She'll wreck you." And we were proposing that she and Rashay Chanel should form a tag team. Maybe come after somebody's tag belts. I don't know, but I think maybe they could have like Too Fabulous or some kind of name, and then they need a little purse dog named Gucci.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
But I know. I first saw, of course, your match with Jasmine Allure, and I remember the tag team match where you each had to have your surprise tag team partner.
Right.
How did you end up getting Kiah Dream to be your tag team partner? And it's hard to really get that rhythm with a tag team partner if you haven't been tagging much, but are you feeling like you and Kiah are having that rhythm? Is there still some learning curves together?
There's probably definitely still some learning curves, especially with the distance. She lives in Florida and I live in Texas, so like we don't even get to train together a lot. We just kind of have to like, hey, I think if we do this combo, it'd be really good. Type we saw each other a few times since that last Mission Pro show, which is cool. Like, we've gotten to like strategize, we have to talk, but we still have to like train together. So but hey, we won the championships without ever like tagging. So hopefully we can just keep it going. We can just start getting some more time together in the ring.
That says a lot about your talent. Definitely, is that if you plug right in, and some of the best tag teams were. I'm not gonna say you guys were thrown together, but like some of the best tag teams were one of those tag teams where it was like, oh hey, you take two very great singles wrestlers and put them together and tag team gold. Right. Sure. And Courtney's been watching. I've been sending her match like, you gotta watch this Maya World match. Gotta watch this. And yes. Courtney's like, I saw that one already. Yes.
I have to say, it's nice meeting you, Maya. Your moves are so crisp and clean. I love watching you in the ring. So I just wanted to give you your flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Right quick. So is there anyone you wish to have a dream match with, maybe?
I mean, yes, I definitely want to face Thunder Rosa. Not to, I definitely want to face Thunder. I also want to face like Mercedes Monet.
Ooh.
Also like Billy Starks, like just people like that would be dope.
Well, this leads me to my next question, because especially when you mentioned Billy Starks, loved your match on Ring of Honor with Athena. Is it possible, because it seemed like she was giving you a bit of kudos afterwards, and is it possible that you might become one of her new minions?
I mean, maybe. I don't. Well, I want to. That'd be dope. I mean, I'm already one anyway. I train with her. She treats me like it already, so we might as well put it on TV.
Might as well. But we got to get your minion number, get you in there. Athena's fantastic. Yeah, I feel like Athena is one of those wrestlers that is really, people have said this. I mean, Ring of Honor's been fantastic since its resurgence, but a lot of people have said, and I don't see any. I kind of agree with them, that Athena really has put Ring of Honor on her shoulders and has really helped bring the win. Like Ring of Honor itself. I mean, it feels like when you watch Ring of Honor, it feels like it's a women's promotion with some male wrestlers in it. And because the main storyline, I mean, her feud with Nyla had me dying. I mean, that stuff. And then the stuff with Billy Starks and Billy Starks working all of us. So I would love, I mean, obviously we want you the best. We'd love for you to, sign AEW, WWE, TNA. Who knows? You might already become the NWA champion in a tag team champions in a couple weeks. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But where do you see Maya Worlds take over in the next just in the next couple of years?
I just want to go everywhere. I want to go all over the world, Japan, the UK. I just want to train everywhere. I want it to be. I want to get all the styles and all the experience I can before I even sign. If it happens to come before that, that'd be dope also. But yeah, I still haven't wrestled in some states like North or Chicago and all that. So I definitely want to wrestle all over the country first, travel to overseas and everything, and then hopefully that gives me enough recognition to be signed somewhere one day. That's
very smart. That's great. You want to get some seasoning on you before you jump into the main course, and sticking with Mission Pro is a great I want to say stepping stone. It's a great place to really hone your craft, and depending on the outcome on April 20th, you could be the first double champion if you decide to challenge whoever comes out with the title, the main title, the singles title. Would you consider going for both titles, keeping the tag team titles and going for the singles?
Yeah, I mean, Tiffany says she wants to come for both, so I think I should also. I want a shot at Tiffany or Rashay if she wins, either one of them. That definitely be something I'm up for.
I think that'd be cool. Now, Courtney and I were talking about our dream Maya World matches, people that we want to see you go against. That Thunder Rosa, of course, we got to have that Maya World Thunder Rosa match. We got to get that. We were both saying Statlander would be a great opponent for it. We'd love. In fact, we were seeing that, trying to describe your style, and then maybe last this is how would you describe your wrestling style, and how much of your sports background, is it what part of your sports background feeds into it, or is it kind of a hybrid of all volleyball, and cheerleading and all of your, and basketball and everything all the sports that you've participated in, kind of symbiosis, if you will.
So my style, I would describe it as high flying influence with a little bit of brawler. I feel like it is kind of a hybrid because I mean, I play basketball and cheerleading, which I do some of my, like, you can see flashes of cheerleading. Everybody, when they see flashes, they're like, "You were a cheerleader, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but it's just like from leapfrogs and stuff. I don't know. I feel like it was just like I was so good at those sports just from like natural athleticism. I just kind of put that into my wrestling, but I don't know if any of them like definitely like basketball helped my footwork in the ring and stuff like that. But yeah, like I feel like it was kind of just like gifted. I don't know. I don't think any of them like helped with wrestling besides basketball.
Yeah, well, we can see the footwork. We can see the gymnastics type thing, as well as and then but then again, then there's the I'm gonna beat your ass side of things too. When Holiday effed around and found out at the beginning, you're wailing on it. I was like, she's wailing on Holiday. I mean, wow, let's go.
He got me back too, but hey, it's fine. I have
Is there a move or is there a move set that that you haven't tried or perfected that you're thinking down the line you want to put in your arsenal?
Oh, definitely like more technical. I want to become more technical. I was studying a lot of it. I was working on it a little bit in training. I just had to translate it into matches. But I've always wanted to be like Gianna Carrazzo, like a virtuoso, where she could do every style. So I've definitely been working on that. Technical is definitely the one thing I want to do more than anything, though.
I can see that, and Courtney and I were talking, and Courtney, you had another question you wanted to ask. Go ahead.
Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna save that for the Fast Five. Yeah. What is it that you enjoy doing other than wrestling?
I have a lot of hobbies. Like I like to read. I like to just have fun. I don't know. I don't really do like a lot of my hobbies outside of wrestling before wrestling were just sports. Like that's all I did. So now my hobbies now is just wrestling. Like I train 4 days a week and then I wrestle on the weekends. I've been talking about that though. I was like, I need to get more hobbies because it can't be wrestling all the time. But I'm cool with that for right now. Like I don't want to get any other hobbies until I'm signed somewhere, But like I said, for wrestling, it was always like I played a lot of different sports. So my days were filled up with those every day. Like I'd have one day of practice, it'd be like cheer. I'd have one day of practice, it'd be like basketball, and it all like rotated. So I'd be like, it's always been sports, no matter what it was.
So you've already got the routine, the work ethic. I mean, it's almost like it's in your blood now. It's like it's you wake up. All right, I have to. Almost like if you didn't have a sport to do, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself.
Kind of true. It's true. And like also like when I was studying in college, just communications. Like I was going to be a sports journalist or broadcaster. So I mean, like it was always going to be sports. It's just I love the competitiveness. It's just in my nature.
Is that what your degree is in? Is in communications?
I didn't finish it yet. I need to. I'm going back to school. Honestly, I'm going back to school. I think later this fall, and I am going to finish it. It's going to be communications.
Well, see, there you go. That's perfect because you do your legacy of wrestling, and then there's the commentary booth. Mm-hmm. Get some reps in there. They have Emily May take you under her wing, maybe Renee Paquette or Tony Schiavone. Then all of a sudden you could just make that easily transition. Which, of course, no wrestler ever retires. I mean, shoot, Sting. Undertaker showed up, recently at WrestleMania. So is anybody really retired? I don't know. Why wrestling? What got you into, what made you choose wrestling above anything else? What was it? How did the wrestling bug get you?
So my story is I was watching, my brother was watching it, honestly, and on the TV came, I forget it was a Raw SmackDown, but it was Undertaker. He came out of a casket. I think it was his feud with Randy Orton. I went to go watch it back. I think it was that one. And I was like, oh, like I was scared, but like intrigued, Oh, and I just kept watching with him, and then like I saw the Divas come on finally, which is not all the time, but they came on that episode, which is fortunate. And it was like Kelly versus Mickey James, I think. Some match with Kelly because I fell in love with Kelly. She became my favorite. I just from that I always watched it with him. We got all the games. We always played all the games, and then from there I was like hooked. I when I got into like my older years, like middle school, is when I started playing all the sports. So like I kind of like fell off of it a little bit, but I always like kept up with it because I would see. 2014 came. I was a big Dolph Ziggler fan, and then 2014 to now, like I don't think I've missed anything. It's been my life for a long time now.
Who do you see yourself kind of following in like? Do you see yourself kind of following like a Mercedes or a Bailey or like a Charlotte Flair, or who have been some of your favorites to watch? And I mean, obviously Thunder Rosa, perhaps. I mean, we don't have to necessarily say Thunder Rosa, but I mean, let's be honest.
Right. No, for sure. Whenever I started watching again, I fell in love with Sasha Banks, and she is because at first I wasn't like I wanted to wrestle, but I never. Let's say I always knew I was going to, but like I never had a plan to at the moment. Like, even though I watched all the time and I was in love with it, but like 2015, 2016 came, I saw Sasha Banks and I was like, I have to wrestle. Like, I want to do that. Like, I fell in love with her. I was obsessed with everything she did with her gear, wrestling, her everything. So since then, I knew I wanted to wrestle. So I definitely see myself following a lot of Mercedes just because a lot of my mannerisms in the ring, I feel like from watching her so much, it just comes naturally that I'm kind of like her in some ways. So definitely Mercedes, definitely Naomi. I love Thunder style, so you don't want to say Thunder, but I do love Thunder style and her swag in the ring, even though it's like her cultural swag. It's dope.
Yes.
Yes.
And I like Bianca, like people like that, just athletic powerhouses, basically.
I love that trio. Putting Jade Cargill with Bianca and Naomi. She's Trinity to me still too, but like putting the three of them, what a powerhouse trio that is. And I can see like, and I, Jade gets a lot of unnecessary grief online. Jade's an athlete. I mean, Jade takes this seriously. I've heard a lot of stories when she was with AEW. She never missed a Wednesday morning practice. I think Dustin would have like a women's practice on every Wednesday morning, and I think Thunder and a few others. But Jade never missed a practice session. She takes this very seriously, and her background is basketball, and she's. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what WWE is going to do with her. I think she's going to be a powerhouse, and who knows, maybe one day somebody named Maya World's going to show up and tell Jade, hey, your reign is up there, sweetie pie. Time for you to meet. How did is World your your shoot last name, or how did you get where does the World come from?
No, it's not. I wanted to figure out how I can make a statement early on. Like, people are going to see that name and going to be like, who's this girl? And basically it's just from saying like it's my world, like, I own the world, whatever. So like it made Maya World. I don't know. Like it's a pun, so I think people kind of get it from that.
It's a Maya World. I mean, if you say it like Mario Brothers, it's a Maya World.
Right.
It's a Maya World and pepperoni pizza. But it's my world and everyone else is living in it. I love it. It's it's kind of like who runs the world? Girl, who runs the world?
Oh, yeah.
You got that, and you got a little bit of Scarface, the world is yours, that part too. So that's pretty cool. There was some controversy though, I think, with another Mission Pro regular named Jasmine Allure. I remember there was a distinct interview that you had. It was during one of your training sessions, and suddenly like your internet, your Wi-Fi kept going out, and there seemed to be some problem. Now I understand that the Mission Pro Tech team did a trace, and that it was coming from within the building or coming from nearby, and just so happened it looked like it's linked to an account that Jasmine Allure has. I cannot confirm or deny this is all, unsubstantiated, but do you think that there's a personal beef? Do you think that Jasmine's still looking to get some revenge on you?
I can confirm that's true. It was Jasmine. Probably. I hope not. Like, I hope she can take her loss and just let it go. But I know who Jasmine Allure is, so she's probably not going to do that. I hope she sees how important this match is. Like, it's a double championship match. Like, just leave it alone for one day. Leave the beef alone. But like Jasmine, her attitude, the way she is, I already know. Like, it's probably not going to be a one and done. She's not going to let me win that championship from her slide.
I think she's never gotten over having the shortest title reign in Mission Pro Wrestling. I don't think she ever has gotten over that. And she seemed, I think that's when, she's always been Jasmine, but ever since then, that's been even super bitter. But let's dive into this epic match that has now become a title for title match. You and Kiah Dream, which are you taking? A lot of people are calling you guys Dream World. Is that the name your guys are going with?
Yes, that's it.
Dream World versus King Bees, Danni Bee and Charity King.
Right.
Another team that it was another one of those surprise tag team partners when Danni Bee brought in Charity. But another team very similar to you and Kiah have gelled just by, I want to say thrown together. I hate seeing the word thrown together, but came together and have just been conquering. So there seems to be like a parallel between the two teams, and just having the two of you guys go head to head in a title for title match, so much on the line. How are you feeling, and how are you preparing for this?
I feel, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little not nervous, but I'm just ready for the match to get here because I want to know how it's gonna feel in there. But like you said, Charity and Danni, they kind of from what I've known, they've been really good friends and trained together for a minute. So it may look like they were thrown together because they were feuding for a bit, but I thought that feud made them stronger together. So it's gonna be a good test. Like if me and Kiah were to win both championships from them, well, we are going to, but when we do, it's going to just establish me and Kiah even more. So, preparing for it, I just study a lot of tag matches. I study a lot of them also, and a lot of their matches were pretty empowered, which is like they've been getting a lot of good matches and reps as tag teams together. So it's definitely going to be a little of a challenge for me and Kiah. But I think just the competitiveness in us and the fact that we either going to walk out with both championships is just enough for me to make sure that we win that match.
How are you going to be able to carry so much gold? I mean, you're going to.
I don't know, but I'm so excited for that baby blue belt. It's my favorite color.
There you go. Get that baby blue. Put that around, and it's the fact that it's title for title. I hope winning the NWA tag titles. I mean, that leads me to believe that you'll be getting some more reps on NWA, and I think that'll be pretty awesome. And
for sure,
again, depending on what happens in the main event, and caveat, Izzy and JP Harlow are wrestling for the Mission Pro World Cup, which are the World Cup. See, I'm saying world. You already got world in my head. But the Mission Pro Cup, which can be cashed in at any time, people are thinking either JP or Izzy might cash in, and whoever comes out, whether it's Tiffany or Rashay, Izzy or JP might try to take that title. So those are 4 potential people that you might be able to challenge down the line, especially if I'm reading your match cards correctly. You are undefeated in Mission Pro. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Undefeated. All right. Are we getting the Maya world streak here? Are we going to continue this streak? I think I think we need to really start making that a hashtag, the Maya world streak.
Yeah.
Mission Pro.
Or 5-0 right now.
Yeah, I think let's see. You had again now cage match is behind, but I
Yeah.
remember your first one. It was you had Brittany Brooks, and then I think Courtney wanted to ask you about JP Harlow at Boiling Point.
Okay.
We'll get back to that one. We do want to talk about that match. And then Izzy, and then it was the 4-way at Silver Bells 3.
Which should count as 3 matches, but we won't talk about it before.
Yep, true. That should be, but again, I guess they just counted as 1 match. And then, of course, the tag team title match that you had at Sleepless in San Antonio. So, arguably 5-0,
yes.
maybe 8-0. Maybe we could argue maybe cage match needs to get their stuff together, but it is what it is. Courtney, you wanted to ask about the JP, the JP Harlow, because we chatted with JP, and I'll just preface this. Courtney, up until our interview, Courtney has not been a JP Harlow fan at all. But behind the curtain, he didn't give us a shoot interview, but he did surprisingly say some very nice things and things we want to talk about in a sec. But Courtney, go ahead, ask your about the I think it was Boiling Point where you and JP locked up.
Boiling Point. Let's talk about our new friend JP. Just recently come on the scene in all women's
the Mission Pro Man, yeah.
In his own man, and how was it facing a man in the ring instead of a female in the ring?
Facing JP is just different. I mean, like I faced a few guys before, honestly. I faced a few, but JP, he's so like hilarious. Like I want to beat him up, but also like don't want to like try to laugh because he's so funny and stuff he does in the ring. But he's so like annoying. Oh my gosh! I was happy I beat him, but it's like he's so funny. But he's very, very talented. But annoying, but very talented. And getting in there with him was just a great win for me. For me, just for everyone to see at Mission Pro. It was only my second match for them to see who I was. So I'm glad I got to have that match. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great opportunity. It was dope.
Now, there's JP Harlow, the character that everybody boos, and he's such a great heel. Thinking he's the men's revolution.
Yes.
He's such a great heel, but peek behind the curtain, not too much, but shoot, he had a lot of great things to say about the locker room and about what Mission Pro and this seems to be something that's becoming more common in a lot of independent promotions and a lot of the big promotions now, is this push for lifting all boats and rise with the tide kind of thing, helping each other rather than being so cutthroat. Women's wrestling even 10 years ago was a much more brutal landscape, and it was always dismissed as the popcorn match. But now women's wrestling matches are like must see. In some cases, they're main eventing. I always remember this. I went to this independent show in North Carolina, and they had one women's match, and the rest were the men. And the women's match was like they actually put it at the quote unquote pee break time, but it was so incredible. The ladies came to work and they embarrassed the guys. They can't, it was like you're watching all this match, this all textbook stuff, and then they came in and they were doing crazy stuff. And then what was funny is I actually could see a couple of the guys peeking behind the curtain going, man, like we got the guys that hadn't gone yet were like probably restructuring, man, we got to really step up. They killed it. They were the best match of the whole card. People were cheering, and do you feel like we're either, do you feel like we're at a time or getting to a place where women's wrestling, like almost like a women's wrestling renaissance? Are we kind of getting to that point?
Yes, I honestly believe so. Like some of the biggest people on the indies are women, and then some of the most intriguing people on TV are the women. Like a lot of people tune in just for the women. A lot of things I've seen is like people will have a card, and it was like it'll be all men's matches, and like they just have one women's match because that's like the little, like you said, either sometimes it'll either be a P-rank match or people will just see it as like oh well, we'll just have one women's match, that's enough for them, instead of like I've seen a few cards with men's matches that have like 3 or 4 women's matches. Like I feel like we need to make that the new norm, make it like multiple women's matches, not just one where they're like okay, here you go, you know. Like I'm at Reality of Wrestling this weekend, and they're trying to really like make their women's division more. So there's 3 women's matches on a card where it's like not even that many matches. There's probably 7 or 8 matches, but 3 of them are women's matches because we were really trying to showcase the women there. Cool. So yeah, like definitely women are becoming, we are the women's renaissance, and women are definitely becoming like what people are coming to see mostly. So I think when we get past the this weird stigma, then it's gonna be good for everyone.
You mentioned that you have wrestled men before, before JP Harlow, and are we calling him a man really? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the character. That's not a shoot. That's kayfabe. But like you see, like wrestled like Masha Slamovich, who I mean, she wrestled a bear. And I mean this and won. You know, I mean, that's Masha's her own category. You know, I think she's kind of like addicted to fights. If she doesn't have a fight, you know, she turns into a pumpkin. But are you seeing a lot more mixed tags, mixed wrestling, you know, mixed matches? And is that are we getting to a point where that's just kind of like it's becoming more acceptable in wrestling fandom?
I think it's definitely becoming more acceptable, but we're still like we're still calling like intergender matches. Like when we get past that, then it'll be the norm. But I have definitely been seeing a lot more, especially since I started. I feel like when I started wrestling is when people started like kind of doing more intergenders, because since then it's kind of like grown. But like you said, I faced a few guys in my career, and the point is just for them to see me as just a wrestler, not that they're in the ring with a woman. Because I'm like, I'm facing this man. I'm like, I'm facing whoever I face, like Carlos Diaz, like, you know, just.
As long as there's a story, like, and you know, a lot of people talk about when matches, there's, you know, they need storyline, they need promos and stuff, which I love. I love when there's trash talking, when you're building it up. That's one of the things I like On a Mission, because it gives you a chance to cut a promo on who you're going to face and whatnot. But then, like, storytelling in the ring, the ring psychology, like some of the stuff, like one of my favorite wrestlers, you know, I love Swerve. I love because he's really grown. Like, with one of the things he does is it's not just like he does these crazy moves, but he also is really good at storytelling. Dustin Rhodes is another one where the reactions to, like, when they goes 1, 2, ooh, he doesn't get the 3, his facial reactions are important. A lot of building. How much of ring psychology is there in the ring to get the fans, and how much of it is kind of listening to the fans and keying off of their reactions?
I mean, a lot of it is that, like, a lot of what makes great wrestlers is the feeling in the ring, feeling the crowd, like knowing what they like or what they're liking, which I'm still learning a lot more about the psychology. I feel like I've been under some great mentors who can like help me with that, like Athena and Lugatti, my original trainer, and then being under people like Thunder Rosa whenever I come to Mission, and she gives me a lot of good advice. And people like Emily May or Brandon behind, like, but it's definitely a big part of it. Like I said, it's something I'm still working on for me because I'm still new. But whenever I get that, I feel like that's what's going to take me to the next level from being a good wrestler to like a great wrestler.
I love it. We're so excited for you, Athena. Your next minion. Let's make that happen. Let's get some. What's that?
I said, all right. So I watch Minions the movie. So they
Beetle.
Oh, I know you're not.
I can't tell that you're a Minion fan, especially by your wall behind you. I can't tell that you're a fan of Minion. That's not Minion Yellow at all, is it?
No, it's not. It's not exactly why I got Yellow Walls either.
Now, Maya, you have faced Holiday in allegedly your first match, which we know isn't your first match, but allegedly your first match. You have faced a number of formidable opponents, but one of your biggest challenges is about to happen right now. It is time for the Fast Five.
Oh, God.
All right, these are 5 questions that pretty much have nothing to do with wrestling. It's not a right or wrong answer. It's more just to get to know you. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just as long as you're answering truthfully. And if you survive the Fast Five, congratulations. You will have endured the Fast Five. And there's no title belt. It's just congratulations. It's the honor of winning. Maybe we should have a Fast Five title belt. Anyways, question number 1. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Invisibility, because I feel like you can get a lot more done when people can't see you. That's just it.
Good answer.
I like that. All right, Maya, my question is, what is your favorite cheat meal to have?
My favorite cheat meal is definitely street tacos. I love street tacos. And the hottest salsa that they have. I love it.
Yummy.
So this is not a question, but are we going to see you on the taco vlog at some point? And we need to get you on with.
I love tacos. I said, hopefully, I need to get on there.
Yeah, all right, Thunder.
Let's get Maya on the taco vlogs, please, Thunder.
Yes, I think that would be awesome. Let's do it. Question number 3. TV, Netflix series, movie, what have you. What is your go-to recommendation?
The Bear. I watched that recently, and that's
chef. Yes, chef.
I love that show so much. The Bear is my recommendation. Anytime someone like, what should I watch? I'm like, if you haven't watched The Bear yet, watch The Bear.
What did you think of Richie's story arc from the first season to the second season?
I think it was so. I cried whenever that happened, where he honestly, it was like something subtle when they were just like, I think they were like, I can't think right now, but he was just doing the little thing in the back, and the chef was like, "Come on," just that moment made me cry. It was a spark.
That I don't want to spoil anything, but Richie's a character that at the beginning they go out of their way to make you not like.
Yes.
But by the end, I got to tell you, I think he's my favorite character in there. I mean, there's everybody. I mean, I don't want to say that everybody else. One of the things it's an ensemble cast, even though the Carmi's the main guy, but the whole cast has such excellent story arcs, and they weave them together. But then when they had the show, it was the finale when he took over the running things, and it was just I got a little my allergies were messing with me all of a sudden. They must have been cutting onions in there because I started watering a little bit. But The Bear, very good. We could do a separate podcast just talking about The Bear and how awesome that is. Courtney, you have question 4.
All right. What message would you give young ladies who would like to go into the wrestling business, and who did you look up to when you were little?
I looked up to honestly all the divas. I loved them all. My favorite was Kelly, but I looked up to all of them because you barely got to see them. Well, I would say Alicia Fox actually, because she was the only black woman I saw. There wasn't a lot, and she was just kind of just her whenever I watched. So I definitely looked up to her. What I say to them is just, if you want to start wrestling in your area, find the best school that there is to offer. Don't let them push you out there 2 months into your training. Get developed and wait until you're ready to start. I'm glad that happened with me. My coach, I trained for like a year and a half before I actually had my first match, which is probably why I am like where I am right now, and a good point, because when people see me, I was already okay in the ring. So like they're like, okay, you just need to build from that. So I would just say, yeah, just and keep pushing. You're gonna have a match, it's gonna suck, and you're like, I want to quit, but it doesn't matter. Just keep going. Don't let anyone talk down on you. Always keep your confidence.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Always keep your confidence. Maya, where in the world would you like to travel that's on your bucket list? A location or perhaps a global landmark, city, country? Where's some place that you haven't visited yet that you want to have on your bucket list as a place to visit or vacation?
I feel like after this interview, I'm gonna think, oh, I actually want to go here. But right now, what's in my head is like Paris, France.
Ooh, oh, oui. Oh.
Yeah. But I feel like after this, I'm like, dang, I should have said that. But definitely Paris.
Well, promise us one thing. When you get to Paris, you got to go to a coffee shop right outside of the Eiffel Tower and cut a promo of Maya World sipping some espresso and going, hey, this is Maya World. It's Maya World, and you're just living in it. And here I am in Paris, France. Oh, oui, baguette. And just, cut a pro. You promise that you're going to cut a promo, put it up on Insta. And I think that'll be pretty cool. Well, Maya World, the world is yours. We're just living in it. We're super excited. Not just for 420, because that's going to be a slobber knocker. I mean, anybody that knows these four ladies, it's not going to be, they're not going to be doing a dance recital. This is not a TikTok dance. This is not a ballet recital. This is some hard hitting action. And I feel whatever team walks out as double champion deserves it. And I'm not trying to knock you and Kiah. This is more of a compliment to you and Kiah, because I feel like both teams, in the short amount of time they've been together, have really proven themselves, and we need more tag team women's wrestling out there. Definitely. With the Renegade Twins, you've got Blonde Force Trauma, by the way, would be a great team for you guys to face. I'm going to put that in Blonde Force Trauma. I was trying, and too bad, Bougie Reality broke up, but hey, Riche, London Dior, let's make that happen. Maybe that we could do something like that. We wish you all the best. We'd love to say good luck, but we know you're not going to need it. But the world is yours. We're excited for what 2024 is going to give you the rest of this year. Looking forward to more gold. We want you to be so weighed down that you just you might have to hire a valet to bring some of your titles to the ring. So without further ado, Courtney, any final questions or thoughts or comments for Maya World before we let her go out into the world?
I just want to say, I know you don't need my luck, girl, but y'all are going to crush it at Mania. Can't wait to watch it. And the world is yours, Maya. Go out there and conquer it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. We're huge fans. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, Maya. And I want to make sure I got your socials correct. I demand you follow It's Maya World. Now, your Insta is double D, right?
Yeah.
Extra D, just to make sure that's not a typo. It's Maya World on X, and It's Maya World on Instagram. Make sure you get that extra D in there. Well, on behalf of Courtney, Maya, it's been a privilege chatting with you today. Thank you so much for taking the time. Go crush it. We're so excited for this double title match, and we're looking forward to your bright future.
Thank you. Bye.
And let's once again just sign off with this Maya World theme.